sorry, this grape is a muscadine ison, and it's going to grow all over this trellis that is going to stop just short of center. So here's where the vines will be providing shade. In the middle right here will be my space to climb up on top and do what I need to do, kind of have access. This is all sweet potato. It just came back quick and strong because of all the bags of leaves they put on top. You know, left a little bit of potato or something in the ground, but the bags generated a lot of heat. I've got a swarm trap. Hopefully some bees move in this summer. And look, here's lots of flowers on the grape, or buds. And then there's this jungle. So probably this coming year I'm gonna get this whole side fence line under control. I don't know. It'll be a challenge, but I'm up for it. Lots of greenbrier, lots of pepper vine. Sorry about the shaky. I don't know this brassica, but I mean, I know it's a brassica, but it volunteered and I let it go to seed. The Pakistan had a great year. I mean, it's productive and strong, and look at all the mulch, so maybe that has something to do with it. Here's one I missed. Anyway, I bet this video is awful shaky. I apologize. That's edible loofah, so it looks strong enough to make the summer. This is the coop. Kind of doing it unfinished, but it's in progress. The entrance will be in here in the run side, and it's got water catchment for the chickens. So right behind this pear tree is the downspout. So okay, let's see. There's the gutter. There's the downspout. Here's the I gotta eat this. Here's the first flush. Comes out right there. So I gotta tie that up, and then it's gonna have 3 barrels lined up, plumbed together, and then a nip of water inside the coop itself. Right where I'm standing here is going to be the nest boxes with an egg door on the outside, and then here's the door. It's going to have wooden walls up 4 feet, maybe up 5, so there's a big old wind space up near the top, but just make sure that no light actually comes to the interior, hits the floor, and also to try and keep some of the moisture out. I'm going to try and do an automatic door on that wall, so that the chickens can basically be protected from predation because they're in the coop at night, you know, every night. So 2 roost bars across the back, and you know, potentially enough space for about 12 birds. That's what I feel like. You know, it'd be a little intensive on the run, but you can see the amount of material stockpiled. They could do a lot of digging, and in full shade with the vines over it, with mulberries dropping through, I think 12 birds might do okay. But anyway, that'll be for the fall. But yeah, a deep bedding method is why I did the double block, and I didn't really anchor them in or anything. But then yeah, wood on top of that. Alright, this pomegranate fell over. I tied it up. I hate doing that, but it's just really windy out here sometimes, so he'll probably get frozen and be okay. But yeah, tying them up. Here's more Queen Anne's lace. This is a cool plant because I know that every single one came from Cedars Camps. There's just some seed. So onward. 3 minutes left. So all this is seedling arugula. The arugula was on top of this pile. I've been digging it away and just taking it everywhere. Here, just made a couple of mounds and stuck some sweet potato slips in them. So, and cassava, that's just a branch. But it looks for sure like they're gonna take, you know, they're so tough. They wilted for about 3 days. These were cuttings that had very little roots, were very long. They're from the chicken run, and man, I think I watered them when I planted them, or maybe the day after. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna make it. And here's moringa, another just a branch cutting. I don't know that it's gonna make it. It has no roots right now, and it's putting on leaves, which is ill-advised, but we'll see. So I bought these boards, spent a pretty penny, gonna put up a big arbor here, and right here, sorry, is yellow melon, same as before, except this one's bushel gourd instead of apple gourd. Both are big and both are setting fruit. It looks like it's running for some shade, but it's gonna be up and just all over everything. That's basil and that's lemongrass right behind. This is the future earthen oven, cob oven, maybe firework oven even, but this is just kind of the stand in the box. So I'll get some insulation and then build an interior oven inside of that space. But we just needed to do something with these giant pieces of concrete. And so yeah, this will be a really fun project. It'll have a cool finish if I can ever get things finished. There's the jungle. That's plum right in front, and there's, wow, there's fruit trees there, I promise. There's sugarcane, you can see it, and a loquat, but there's also a kumquat right behind the plum, and a papaya right in the middle, and lots of stuff. So now we get some shade. There's jujube, one of the earlier planted trees, but just kind of sitting and waiting. It just is finishing blooming now, and this is probably a tree that is just gonna wait until I cut down these oaks and then get big. And I will cut them down eventually. I just need the privacy right now. And there's a fig back there that seems to be flopped over. I'm gonna inspect that in a minute. All right, onward. This plum is taken well. He's got a, well, anything from Houston Garden Center has a chance at snapping in the wind, and he's got a nice strong trunk now. This squash has been productive because of the shade. Right now we're staring at a kumquat. He's hiding, but he's there. The goldenrod will give him some much needed shade. And we just harvested tomatoes. My mom was out here. Off of this big wild Texas cherry. It's already 5 feet tall. And there's some basil. And there's other stuff in here. There's rosemary.